In this section, we're going to examine what are those proactive steps that individuals need to take when first becoming an SMF holder in order to fulfil their regulatory responsibilities. We advised SMF holders on taking up a new SMF role to conduct a robust initial assessment of the risk management framework as it applies to their area of the business within 2 months of coming into the role. Now, when you read through the rules, you won't find anywhere an explanation of the steps that you should take on coming into the role. But it's clear from case law and from reading between the lines of the conduct rules that these steps are necessary. Remember, you're required to take reasonable steps in relation to your area of the business to make sure that it's controlled effectively, it complies with regulatory requirements, and that delegation is to appropriate individuals with effective oversight. So when you first take on a new role, what are those steps you should take to ensure that you fulfill these duties? So the first point, of course, is to make sure that you're confident that you understand what is your area of responsibility. So to go back to your statement of responsibility and identify specifically what is the business of the firm that you're responsible for. Once you've established that, then it's a learning exercise. Make sure that people are able to tell you clearly how the risk management framework is designed to work in relation to your area of the business. How are risks identified? How are they assessed? How are they managed in practice? How do the systems and controls in place attach to the relevant risks in relation to your area of the business? Then the third stage is to really test that risk management framework. It's not good enough to say, yes, I understood it, but you need to make sure it's robust, that it's designed effectively and working effectively. You should talk to your predecessor in the role, understand how the risk management framework had been working previously. How were issues identified? And then you need to talk to other colleagues to say, well, where have problems occurred? And has the risk management framework responded in the way that it's meant to? Fourthly, if there are areas where you feel that the framework is not as strong as it ought to be, you need to make sure that those are remedied. It's very, very important to be able to show that if there are weaknesses, these are addressed properly. And then finally, and this is a really important step, keep a record of the steps that you've taken, because it may be 2 or 3 years down the line when a problem occurs, and the question will come, well, what steps did you take to make sure that this risk was managed effectively? And so if you've got a file of the steps that you took, you'll be able to respond easily and in a persuasive way to the regulator when they come knocking at your door. So those are the steps that any individual should take when they assume a new SMF role. They're required to take them within a reasonable period, which is normally construed as approximately 2 months.